Hey everybody, hope you're having a great day. I am having a great one. Today is Saturday and I thought I'd record a little bit more. I just recorded yesterday, but I thought, why not? I think I'm going to put a couple of these out right in a row. Just in that kind of a mood. Let's go with it, right? Today I figured I'd do my favorites video. Probably going to be on the front tag, so yeah, duh, again, right? Huh? I haven't done one of these, and I've actually had a couple people comment request them. I want to make sure it really is a favorite item, not the favorite of the moment. Something that I go back to constantly, that I know I really like. And the quality's there, or for a sentimental reason. But you know, we always get that new toy and we play with it for a while and then it goes in the corner. And we don't ever touch it again. How is it a favorite in my life? And that's how I look at it. Now, some people have favorite of the moments, and there's nothing wrong with that. That to each their own is a saying I definitely believe in. So, today I figured I'd do favorites. I have quite a few, some real long-term, some 6 months or less, but the long-terms are where I'm going to start with. The longest piece of makeup that I really love, that I still have, is my Tiki from Hard Candy. It's a bronzer. Yeah, I've had it so long it broke. I actually have knocked quite a bit of the dome off. I use this whenever I want to bronze. It's such a light bronzer, and I'm so pale that this has always been great. And when I do get a little color, I actually use it like a natural highlight. The few times I've gotten color, but that's like been 3 times since I've owned this, maybe 4. Very rare. If I want a more glowy look, I will use this all over my face, and it doesn't look like I put a ton of dark powder on. It looks great for me as a pale girl. It's like $6 or $7 at Walmart. Cheap. It lasts forever. I've had this thing almost 2 years and it's still going strong. A lot of powdery kick up, I will be honest, but really good one. And again, it's Tiki and it's 129. You can see this thing has been through heck and back with me, right? Alright. The next one will be the Swamp Queen palette. I've had this since it came out, so it's been, I want to say 9-10 months. I've definitely used this thing. I'm not going to try to blind you with a mirror. You can see where I've got pan on this one, and this one is like really dipped in. Some of these barely touch, but these guys too. And this one here, you can see where I've got a good dip going in that. I've got a bit of a dip there and a little bit of there. So I was using this quite a bit there for a while. I still use it, probably. It gets pulled out when I'm having a day I just want a nice, quick, warm look. This has been my go-to. Even with all my other palettes, I still pull it out. I still play with it. I think she did a great pick. The only thing I wish was Sippy Sippy, because the only way I can get Sippy Sippy to stay is if I put like a primer down, pat it on, and then hit it right away with, it's like the last item I put on, and then I hit it with a fixed spray. And it stays, not fixed, but the chill setter. It stays then. But it has to be like a last minute pat on. I've got a few other times where I've gotten it to stay, but it's a lot of work. I wish they had gotten one with like the micro glitter and kept it as just a warmer brown. I think that would have set this palette off beautifully. But that would be my only critique on this whole palette. Otherwise, I really like it. The blush I do struggle using as a blush because it can look almost like a bruise depending on my skin tone that day. Like everybody else, I change to the seasons, especially living here in a warmer climate. My arm is actually really brown compared to my face, and this is my driving. You know, I drive a lot, so this arm gets darker than the rest of me. I put an SPF 30 on. I'm almost out of that, so I can start using the 50, but I'll still get some color off of it. So it just takes a long time for me to develop any color. Alright, now the next thing is going to be a liquid lipstick, and it is from Jeffree Star, and it is the color Pumpkin Pie. I did buy a backup of this. I don't have it on today. I had it on in my last video. I absolutely love this color because it starts out as like a matte brown, and then the more you rub it, you get these pink sparkles, goldy pink sparkles coming through after it dries down, and then you start rubbing your lips together and you get, it changes color, and I love it. I do have one backup of this though. Kind of wish I bought another one now because I'm like, I really love this color. It's a beautiful color on me. It's just such a beautiful warm color. I use it with my Swamp Queen palette as a go-to last minute, and I don't want to have to think about it. The next thing is also going to be a liquid lipstick, and this one's by Wet n Wild. It's Coral Corruption. It looks very pink here. A lot of people say it's a little streaky, and it can be. But on me, it kind of changes to more of a peachy pink. So it starts out with this pinkiness, and it gets more peachy pink on me. And it's not that intense. It actually dries down to a beautiful matte. This is a color that I tend to go through for a lot of my go-tos looks. It's one of the ones I'm like, yes, I love that one. I grab it all the time. It's very pretty. The formula of the two, the Jeffree Star is slightly better, but you're paying for a higher quality, even though the packaging is identical. Yes, we all know this. A lot of people are like, well, there's only so many packagings out there, and somebody said, well, Jeffree Star created that packaging. My comment is, maybe he sold it. If he hasn't thrown a fit about it, I bet you he sold that packaging to make more money. It's good business in my mind. I mean, if you have a product that everybody wants to use, and it's only part of your product, it's not your formula, it's just a casement, you want to buy it? Sure, pay me a chunk of money and I'll sell you the packaging. It would make sense to me. That would explain why he's not made one comment about it at all. So that's my opinion, and that's what that is. Next item we're gonna hit is a mascara. It's the Super Sizer from CoverGirl, the non-fiber one. The fiber one I found does not work. The fibers fell out on my cheeks, and it is a mess. For a drugstore, this is absolutely great. I love it. It's phenomenal. I mean, I got 3 of these, and I ended up paying like $4 a piece. You can get one for about 7 or 8. It's still, if you wait for your coupons, you can get a really good deal. High-end mascara, and I'm going through samples of it, is the Lights Cameras Action from Tarte. I have that on today. I really love how that looks on me. It's just a great mascara. I can see why a lot of people really like it. I kind of want to try the one in the gold with the changeable brush. I'm not completely sure how that works, but I am psyched to try that. Alright, the next thing is another palette. This one from Juvia's Place, and it is the Masquerade palette. It is my favorite because it has colors and neutrals. And these, I remember when I did the initial review, which I will link below, hopefully. I'm still struggling with the linking thing. I think I got it linked and it didn't, and I've gotten some linked when I didn't mean to. It's a learning curve. But some of these are more red and more brown. You think these two would be very similar. They're not. And I'll just swatch them right now to show you. See, that one's brownish orange, and that one's definitely a red, rust color. But they look pretty similar in the pan. And that's the one thing I have found about these colors. They're not what you think they are. So I can get out of here, I've gotten close to 15 different looks out of this thing. I've done a few videos on a few of the looks. I in the future want to do more to show more looks with this. I'm debating on whether doing more videos more often, but would be definitely interested in maybe doing that in the future. Alrighty, the next thing is a nail polish, and a lot of people seen me wear this in a video and kept asking me what it was, and it's from Luxpop, and is the Acoustic. I really love this. I've used this a lot. I've actually put a bit of a dent into using it. I've used it quite a few times. A little bit goes a long way with that, so you don't need like to layer a lot of layers to get a really opaque look. Great for a quick, pretty nail color. Okay, the next thing is my Magnificent Metals from Stila. And I only pulled 2 of them out because these are the 2 I use the most. Really depending on if you lean towards warm looks or cool looks, which one might be better for you, because I do both warm and cool looks. For the cooler looks or the pinkier looks, I use this as some of the warmer looks, like some of my purple looks, is the Kitten Karma. I also have Diamond Dust, which I really love. The Retro Rose Gold, because I use mine more as an inner corner highlight, I don't use as much. Because once in a while I'll do use it across the lid if I do a halo eye. But there's the Kitten Karma. Ooh, and I just have a touch of that on the inside corner. And then I will say this, the Kitten Karma has a better formula because it's, you can see this is kind of thin and patchy, where this is very opaque. The The Golden Goddess, which is what the second one is, I apologize for not saying the name. I have to sometimes build it up a little bit, or I have to sit here and I don't know, maybe if it's just because it's like over halfway gone. I don't know if it's just because it's getting low or if it's drying out. I've had a few things I realized have dried out down here a little quicker than they would up north. But I may have to repurchase that one. But the Kitten Karma is still going strong. Loving it. Absolutely loving it. Now the last item I grabbed is a more recent item. And it's actually a combo item. It is my Pirates of the Caribbean palette. You can see I've used some of these shades quite a bit. This guy here has been like my favorite for quite a while, and I've been using this one quite a bit too. This reminds me of Dogman out of the Swamp Queen palette. Been loving that, and I've been loving on the blush combination, though I haven't used it much recently. I do keep it together because it has that little compartment for it. I do keep it together so I don't lose pieces. I kept this because it has the stages of the moon eclipse on it, which normally I don't, but because of that I kept the plastic piece. And you've seen I've hit that a couple times too. A little bit of this goes a long ways. I don't need to add too much, but recently, since I've been doing my blush reviews, I haven't been using this as much, but when I'm not doing a blush review, this is what's been used, it seems like, mostly. So that's it for my current favorites, things that are more try and true. I've had at least a couple months and have enjoyed. Things I'm using almost on a daily basis for quite a while. You can see this dried down. I just was wiping it, so now I got glitter all over it, but pretty. You can see the Jeffree Stars holds up a little bit better than the Wet n Wild, but drugstore compared to name brand, you know how that is. But that's pretty much it for favorites. Y'all have a very nice day. Take care, and remember, until next time, you do you. Bye.